Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the journey through the scriptures, where we are reading from the book of Genesis to the book of Revelation. Welcome again to the journey through the scriptures. We are humbled to see you here. Our Creator bless you as we read the scriptures together. This is a journey through the scriptures. We are reading the book of Colossians. This was the letter of Rav Shaul to the Colossians. Let us be able to hear together. Please feel free to comment. Feel free to tell us where you're watching us from. And make sure you like this world and bring forth fruit as it does also in you. Since the day you heard of it and knew the grace of Yahweh, has you also learned of Epaphras, our dear fellow servant, who is for you a faithful minister of Messiah, who also declared unto us your love in the Spirit. For this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that you might be filled with the knowledge of his will, in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that you might walk worthy of the Master unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of Elohim, strengthened with Almighty according to his glorious powers, unto all patience and long-suffering with joyfulness, giving thanks unto the Father, which has made us meet be partakers of the inheritance of the saint in light, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness, and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sin, who is the image of invisible El, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be throne or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, that by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body of the assembly, who is the beginning of the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the means. For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell, and having made peace through the blood of the stake, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him I say, whether they be of things in earth or things in heaven, and you that were sometime aliened and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now hath he reconciled in the body of his flesh through death, to present you holy and unblameable and unprovable in his sight. If you continue in the faith, grounded and settled, preach unto every creature which is under heaven, whereof I, Paul, I was made a minister. Let us continue. Who now rejoice in my suffering for you, and fill up that which is behind of the affliction of Messiah in my flesh for his body's sake, which is in the assembly, whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation of Elohim, which is given to me for you, made manifest, we said, to whom Yahweh will make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is the Messiah in you, the hope of glory, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Messiah Yeshua. Whereunto I also labor, striving according to his working, which works in me mightily. The book of Colossians chapter 2. For I would that you knew what great conflict I have for you, and for them at Laodicea, and for as many as have not seen my face in the flesh, that their heart might be comforted, being knit together in love, and unto all riches of the full assurance of understanding, to the acknowledgement of the mystery of Yahweh, and of the Father, and of Messiah, in whom are hid all treasures of wisdom and knowledge. And this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words. For though I be absent in the flesh, yet I am with you in the spirit, joying and beholding your order and steadfastness of your faith in Messiah. As you have therefore received Messiah, Yeshua the Master, so walk you in him, rooted and built in him, and established in the faith, as you have been taught, abiding therein with thanksgiving. Be aware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not of the Messiah. For in him dwell all the fullness of divinities, bodily, And you are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power, in whom also you are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands, in putting off the body of the sin of the flesh by the circumcision of Messiah, buried with him in baptism, wherein also you are risen with him through the faith of the operation of Yahweh, who hath raised him from the dead. And you being dead in your sin and the uncircumcision of your flesh, and hath he quickened together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses, blotting out the handwriting of ordinance that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it on his stake. And having spoiled principality and power, he made a show of them openly, triumphing over them in it. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink, or in respect of any holy day, or in the new moon or the Sabbath days, which are shadow of things to come, but the bodies of the Messiah. Let no man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshipping of angels, intruding into those things which he hath not seen, vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind, and not holding the head, from which all the body by joint and bands having nourished, ministered, and knit together, increase with the increase of Elohim. Wherefore, if you be dead with Messiah, show of wisdom in this worship and humility, and rejecting of the body, not in any honor to the satisfying of the flesh. Colossians chapter 3. If you then be risen with Messiah, seek those things which are above, where Messiah sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. Set your affliction on the things above, not on the things on earth. For you dead, seated with me in Yahweh. When Messiah our Lord appear then in glory, your ministry, which are and concerns of the obedience, in the which you also commend them. But now you also put off all these things: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filth, communication of, lie not one to another, seeing that you have put off the old man which is his deed, and have put on a new man which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him. There is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision or uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond or free, but Messiah is all and in all. Put on therefore as the elect of Elohim, holy and balls of mercifulness, humbleness of mind, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man has a quarrel against any, even Messiah forgave you. Let the word of Messiah dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns, in spiritual song, singing with grace in your hearts to Elohim. For whatsoever you do in word or in deed, do all in the give thanks to Yahweh and the Father by him. Wives, submit to yourself as it is fit in Yahweh. Husbands, wives, and not be children when you are in all. This is the country, not to anger. They serve your master according to, not with eyes pleasers, but in singleness of hearts with Elohim. For whatever you do, do it heartily Yahweh, and knowing that of the Yahweh shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the master Messiah. But he that doth wrong shall receive the wrong he hath done, and they of punishment. Colossians 4. Masters, give unto your servant that which is just and equal, knowing that you also have a master in heaven. Continue in prayer and watch in the same with thing. Withdraw all praying, with all praying also for us, that Elohim will open unto us a door of entrance to speak the mystery of Messiah, for which I am also in bonds, that I may make it manifest as I ought to speak. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, and that you may know how you ought to answer every man. All my states shall Tychicus declare unto you, who is a beloved brother and a faithful minister and a fellow servant master, whom I have sent unto you for the same purpose, that he might know your estate and comfort your hearts. With Onesimus, a faithful and beloved brother, who is one of you, they shall make known unto you all things which are done here. Aristarchus, my fellow prisoner, salute you, and Marcus, sister's son to Barnabas, touching whom you received commandments. If he come unto you, receive him. And Yeshua, which is called Justus, who are of the circumcision. These also are my fellow workers unto the kingdom of Elohim, which have been a comforter to me. Epaphras, who is one of your servants of Messiah, salute you, also laboring fervently for you in prayers, that you may stand perfect and complete in all the will of Elohim. For I bear him record that he hath a great zeal for you, and hath them that are in Laodicea, and in them in Hierapolis. Look, the beloved